एषा गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरु महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ऑल द assembled devotees की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna Mataji's Dana Pranam to all of you and welcome to our Bhagavatam class. We are actually starting today from second canto, second chapter, verse number 8 onwards. So in this verse, we will be discussing the Paramatma meditation. Why Paramatma meditation is superior to Virata Rupa meditation. Here, we are actually, of course, we are not discussing the lower, steps in the Ashtanga Yoga because we have already crossed. We are at the point where, pratyahara, wherein the senses are all under control. So we are talking the dharana stage. Dharana means the object of concentration. So now the dharana on the Paramatma is superior than Virata. It is superior because it is direct, it is internal, it is personal, and it is liberating. Whereas Virat Rupa is external, it's indirect, and it is a preparatory step. Now, what does that mean? Virata Rupa is a universal form of the Lord. It is the material manifestation of Lord's energy. It helps the mind see Lord's presence in the universe, right? And so basically, what we understand it's Virat Rupa is Lord's expansion through matter. It's not his personal presence. It is Lord's expansion through matter. So Paramatma, on the other hand, is Lord personally present in the heart. Lord is like in reality, he is the Lord. He is not just like Virata Rupa is expansion through matter and he is temporary. So, of course, we will discuss some points about Virata Rupa also. Paramatma is Lord present directly in the heart. He is eternal, always there, always he'll be in the same form. He will not change. And he is transcendental. He directly guides, he directly witnesses our actions, and he protects the soul. This is God Himself, not a symbolic representation of God. So, meditating on the Lord Himself or the person of Lord is definitely superior to meditating on all His material manifestations, correct? Virata Rupa is meditation is external because we are imagining the planets as the limbs of the Lord, the mountains as the bones of the Lord, the oceans as the blood of the Lord, etc., etc., etc. So, this requires imagination and this requires a concept of understanding the Lord in the way whatever we are seeing. So this is definitely helpful for beginners, but it is limited. Paramatma meditation is internal, the Lord in the heart. It gives a direct awareness, and it when we have this direct awareness of the Lord, what will happen? That gives inner purification, and that gives a steady intelligence, and that gives a realization. So the conclusion is the internal realization is deeper and more transformative than the external visualization. What we are saying. So Virata Rupa is recommended for those who are still attached to form, creation, and it accommodates all the material attachment. If you have material attachment, no problem. Virata Rupa is recommended. So that's why Paramatma requires sense control. Paramatma meditation requires detachment. It requires a steady mind. That's why it is suitable for advanced yogis. So, of course, for higher meditation, higher qualification is needed. Why? Because the result is higher. So, Virat Rupa, why the result is higher? Because if we meditate on Paramatma, it leads immediately to liberation. One directly attains freedom from birth and death. So direct liberation is superior to gradual liberation, correct? Because Virat Rupa liberation is gradual liberation. It slowly progresses the soul step by step from higher world, one higher world to the next higher world, then the next higher world. Like that, all the higher worlds in the material world, in the material universe, we are going step by step, finally, like reaching the Brahman or the Vaikuntha or the liberation path. So Virat Rupa, relationship in the Virat Rupa, the relationship is respect based, it is impersonal, it is distant. Because here the Lord is seen as a cosmic power. And Paramatma relationship is intimate, personal, protective. Lord is the inner friend. He is a Suhrut. Suhrutam Sarva Deva, Lord says, right? So Lord is a Suhrut. So personal connection is always superior to distant respect or reverence. So then what is the result? Virata Rupa removes the gross materialism and helps one see everything belongs to God. Paramatma realization removes the root cause of bondage, the false ego, and the misidentification with the body that I am this body. And it directly destroys our ignorance. And destroying the root is superior to controlling symptoms, correct? Where Adrupa is controlling symptoms. Here, this is directly destroying the root. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam states that Virata Rupa meditation is for an attached yogi, Paramatma meditation is for an advanced yogi. And of course, in 18.61 Bhagavad Gita also, the Lord says, He tells that I am the Paramatma situated in everyone's heart. So, in one small example, if we want to explain the difference, Virata Rupa is like seeing a country. If I want to see the country, USA, if I see it on a map, Virat Rupa is like that. Now, what is Paramatma? Living inside that country is Paramatma realization. This is the difference. Like small, simple analogy. So, Virat Rupa is seeing the country on a map, and Paramatma is living inside that country. Of course, map is helpful, but living there is a real experience, right? So that's the difference. So now we are starting the Paramatma Dharana. So that's why a few differences. So why it is for the advanced yogi? Few differences. Okay, eighth one. Eighth one, we have, did we finish or we have to start today, Mataji? Finish it, right?
We have to start, Mataji.
We have to start. Okay, please read, Mataji.
Sure. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. केचित् स्वादेहान्तर्हृदयावकाशे प्रदेशमन्त्रं पुरुषं वसन्तं चातुर्भुजं काञ्जरतगशङ्ख गदाधारं धारणया स्मरति. Translation: Others conceive of the personality of Godhead residing within the body in the region of the heart and measuring only 8 inches, with 4 hands carrying a lotus, a wheel of a chariot, and a conch shell with a club, respectively. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, one second. I don't know why I kept my phone on. Okay. Okay, Mataji. So this is, so what is it explaining? Some devotees meditate on Supreme Lord living inside the heart of every living being. And that Lord is like, they imagine him as small, beautiful, four-armed form. And he is about 8 inches tall. He is holding a lotus, he is holding a chakra, he is holding a shankha, and he is holding a gada. So this form of the Lord in the heart is called Paramatma. So the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, but he is specially present inside the heart of every living being as Paramatma Supersoul. And this Paramatma is localized, he is not unlimited like the cosmic form. He is described. One second, one second, please. Okay. So Paramatma, like we have seen, that he is holding Shankha Chakra, Gada, and Sha, Gada and disc, lotus flower. So the four symbols in his hand, they represent. Lotus is for purity and devotion, and Conchal is divine, divine sound. Chakra is protection, and Gada is strength. So this particular form in the heart is also called Janardhana, who guides and controls all the living beings. He's basically, he guides. So the Lord appears in many forms and names, right? He appears in Narayana, Vishnu, Govinda, Krishna, Narasimha, Vamana. But all these forms are one and same, the Supreme Lord. Yesterday we had a big discussion, like, how they are different and why different people pray him in a different way. So each form has its own spiritual planet in Vaikuntha world, which lies beyond this material universe. So although Lord appears in a human form, like a male form, he is not material. He is eternal, he is spiritual, and he is always youthful. So all these forms are non-different in a way, and all of these are coming from Lord Krishna. So there is no difference in the power, there is no difference in the divinity. So just as, like, we can take an example, just as one sun is, like, if you put, so many water pots or water bodies, there is a lake, there is a river, and there are, like, so many water bodies. If sun is reflected in all these water bodies appearing separately, but sun is in fact remaining one, he is the same. So that one Supreme Lord appears in many forms, and he resides in every heart as Paramatma, and yet he remains as the same supreme power. So Lord is not far away, he is sitting right inside our heart. He is watching us, He is guiding us, and He is waiting us to turn towards Him. So, meditation on the Paramatma helps us develop and helps us in our inner purity. It helps us get discipline, and it helps us get detachment, because Lord becomes our constant companion. He has been coming with us ever since we have, like, been wandering in this material world. Lord was always there with us and will always be with us. So this form of meditation is higher than Virata meditation, because it is very personal and it is internal. So there is description of the size and the form. Definitely you cannot, I mean, we should not think that, oh, Lord is so tiny. No, the form is not just limitation, it's just mercy that He is fitting in our heart also. He is present in the Anu. He's a Vibhu and he is a Anu. He is both. So he can be gigantic and he can be small, so that's why form is not the limitation. It's a mercy of the Lord that He penetrates everywhere. He lives in our heart also. So that's why it allows the conditioned mind to focus on the Lord. By realizing Paramatma, one understands that Lord is a witness of every action. He is the permitter. He is the one who is giving permission of whatever wishes you are doing, and He is a guide, and He is ultimate well-wisher. So this realization gradually leads the soul from yoga, from the level of yoga to devotion, and from the devotion level to the loving service, and finally to liberation. So the Supreme Lord lovingly lives in everyone's heart as Paramatma, guiding the soul toward purity, towards devotion and ultimate liberation. Ninth one.
Srimad Bhagavatam 2.2.9 प्रसन्नवक्त्रं नलिनाय ते क्षणं कदम्बकिञ्जल्कपिसङ्गवाससं लसान्महारत्नहिरान् मयान् गदां स्फुरन्महारत्नकिरीटकुण्डलम्. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His mouth expresses his happiness. His eyes spread like the petals of a lotus, and his garments, yellowish like the saffron of a kadamba flower, are bedecked with valuable jewels. His ornaments are all made of gold, set with jewels, and he wears a glowing headdress and earrings. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So, yes, this verse is describing the beautiful form of the Lord, and his mouth expresses his happiness. So, Lord is joyful and is satisfied. He is self-satisfied. He doesn't lack anything. That's why he's always happy. And his eyes are like the petals of the lotus. They are very gentle, calm, full of mercy, like a lotus flower. Because whenever we look at the lotus flower, what kind of feeling it gives? It gives a calm feeling. So his garments or the dhoti what he's wearing is yellowish, like saffron. So he wears bright yellow clothes, which definitely shows purity and divinity. And so all these jewels, valuable jewels, Lord is wearing shows his greatness and richness. So his ornaments are all like he wears is perfect and beautiful, and they are not ordinary or they are not material. And he wears a glowing headdress and earrings. His head and ears are decorated, making him look majestic and attractive. In short, verse is explaining how beautiful, how joyful, and how divine our Lord's personal form is. So, in purport, Prabhupada explains, he says, this description is not just expressing to show how luxury, but it helps us understand the Lord has a real personal spiritual form. His body is not made of matter. His beauty is eternal and unlimited, and he is full of happiness. Doesn't suffer like any humans or any others. He is always full of happiness. So these descriptions help devotees focus their mind on the Lord, develop love and devotion, understand that Lord is a person. He is not just an idea. He is not just an energy. He is those also, but he is a person too. So again, we can take the sun example. Sunlight spreads everywhere and lights up the whole world. But sun itself has a definite form in the sky. Similarly, Lord's energy spreads everywhere, but Lord has a beautiful personal form. That's why this verse is describing that personal form and not just his energy. So, every feature has a deeper message, like happy mouth. Lord is the source of all happiness. Lotus eyes, he looks at everyone with mercy. Yellow garments, he is full of knowledge and purity. Jewels and gold, all beauty, all wealth, because he is unlimitedly beautiful, unlimitedly wealthy, right? All that comes from him. So, this is really teaching us the true beauty, true happiness, and true richness exists fully only in God. And when we connect with Him, we experience them in our own life too. So, having explained this, like you might feel, even I personally feel this way. We have always been talking about Krishna. We've always been if connected to Krishna. Now you are coming and explaining me this Paramatma and saying that Paramatma is so beautiful. He is holding Chanka Chakra Gadha. And for me, I was always visualizing Krishna. Now, let us try to understand little difference between Paramatma and Lord Krishna. Paramatma means, of course, a supreme soul. He lives inside the heart of every living being. This is not the verse, okay? I'm generally explaining this. This is not about the verse number 10. So Paramatma exists inside every atom, everyone, every living being. And he watches, he guides, and he gives remembrance. He gives knowledge. He gives forgetfulness. So when he says like Matta Smriti Gnano Apohanamcha Vedaischa Sarve Ahameva Vidya. I am the one who is giving remembrance. I am the one who is giving knowledge. And I am the one who is giving forgetfulness also. So that is Paramatma granting. Okay. He is neutral, he is calm, and he is silent. He is like a witness. So this is the Paramatma feature. Understand? Okay. Paramatma is God accompanying you everywhere you go. Even when we forget him, he is accompanying you. And who is Krishna? Lord Krishna Bhagavan. Bhagwan means a supreme person full of qualities. Krishna, Bhagwan is God in his original personal form, full of love, full of beauty, full of playfulness, and he is full of relationships. One who, like the Lord, who speaks with us, who smiles, who plays, who loves, and who reciprocates. Paramatma reciprocates, but not personally. He is the witness there. He is silent. He is calm. He is neutral. Whereas Krishna loves. He reciprocates. He speaks. He smiles. And he is the source of all incarnations, including Paramatma. So, Lord Krishna or Krishna Bhagavan is God as a loving person. He is not just a witness. Okay? And Paramatma lives in everyone's heart. Lord lives in his own abode, spiritual abode, Goloka Vrindavan. He has his own abode. So he, of course, expands as Paramatma and goes into everyone's heart. And here Paramatma is a witness and the guide, and Krishna is he's a lover, he is our friend, he is a master, he is everything, whatever you can think of. Paramatma gives guidance silently. Krishna, like when we go, like to Goloka, people who are directly connecting to the Lord talks directly. And Paramatma is same for everyone. But Lord Krishna is personal. He has personal relationship with each devotee. And Paramatma is a partial feature of the Lord, and Krishna is a complete original form. So this is how we understand. See, in day-to-day examples, like we can understand them as a king. A king is Krishna, and his energy, or he's one of the he's a spice acting through agents across the kingdom is Paramatma. Okay, because they are none other than, of course, when you say the government and officials who are working for the government, they are also government, right? In the same way, Paramatma is Lord, but then Paramatma expresses only certain features and not all the features of the Lord. But King personally sits on the throne and meets people, that is Krishna. And here the Lord works through, going to each every heart and then looking. So that is Paramatma. So that's why Paramatma means justice, order, guidance. Krishna is love, intimacy, liberation through devotion. So the deeper truth is Paramatma helps us survive and progress in this world. But Lord Krishna invites us into a loving relationship beyond the world. So, how we can understand is Paramatma is God with us, Krishna Bhagavan is God for us, with us and for us. Okay, Paramatma is God with us, Lord Krishna is God for us. So this is a simple like difference I wanted to just understand. And next one, Mata.
उन्निद्रहृत्पङ्कजः कर्णिकालये योगेश्वरास्तापिता पादपल्लवम् श्रीलक्षणं कौस्तुभः रत्नकन्दरम् अम्लानलक्ष्म्या वनं मालयाचितम्. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His lotus feet are placed over the rolls of the lotus-like hearts of great mystics. On his chest is the Kaustubha jewel engraved with a beautiful calf, and there are other jewels on his shoulders. His complete torso is garlanded with fresh flowers. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So, okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So this verse is describing how great yogis see the Lord in meditation. His lotus feet are placed over like the lotus-like hearts of great mystics, all these advanced yogis who are meditating on the Lord in their heart. And his feet rest there, meaning he is a center of their love and meditation. And on his chest is Kaustubhamani, and it is very beautiful, engraved with a beautiful calf. Lord wears this special jewel Kaustubha money on his chest, and of course this money is unique and divine. It belongs only to the Lord, showing his supreme identity. And there are other jewels on his shoulder. His body is decorated with so many divine ornaments that is showing his beauty and how great he is in majesty. His complete, he is actually wearing a garland with fresh flowers. He wears a living flower garland showing freshness, showing joy and eternal beauty. So, in simple words, Lord has a beautiful, personal, and form that all his mystics they meditate upon, and he is full of spiritual beauty. So, in the purport, Prabhupada explains the key idea is everything on the Lord's body is spiritual. It is not material. Like his ornaments, his flowers, his clothes, his decorations are not separate from him. Okay, because in the material world a flower is definitely different from our body, correct? When we are holding a flower or we are wearing a flower, that flower is not going to go with us. It is definitely different. And jewelry is separate from a person. But in the spiritual world, there is no difference between Lord and what he decorates. That's why these decorations never fade, they never decay, they never become old or impure. And Prabhupada also is explaining that the spiritual world is paravyoma, has so much variety. That variety, like, whatever we see in this material is just a spark of what variety is present there. There's so much variety in the spiritual world. But that variety is pure, it is eternal, and it is transcendental, not like material variety, which is temporary. So, one small example we can think of, like, fire and heat. Fire gives heat and light. So, heat and light are not separate from fire. Wherever fire is, there is heat with the fire, light is also with the fire. They are always there. Similarly, wherever Lord is there, he is always decorated with this all these decorations. His ornaments, his beauty, and his glory are always there with him. They are one with him. Okay, so this verse teaches us that Lord's form is not imaginary, it is fully spiritual. Meditation on his form is pure and it is liberating. That's why all these great yogis, all these great mystics, they meditate on his lotus feet because focusing there naturally purifies the heart. So, in the material world, beauty is temporary, decorations cover defects, and these things they fade away, they are temporary, and things lose value with time. But in spiritual way, the Lord, especially when it is pertaining to Lord, it is eternal. All the things are eternal, nothing deteriorates. So, Lord's form, His beauty, His world are completely beyond matter. They are eternal, they are full of bliss. So, Lord's body and His ornaments are not material decorations, they are eternal and spiritual realities, and they are not separate from Him. So, yes, Mataji, I'll stop here and some few points I wanted to discuss is a point which I was thinking when we have discussed about the difference between Krishna and Paramatma. One more thing is what yoga, like I wanted to tell, like how different yoga is connected to each form. We have discussed like first what yoga is really. Yoga means connection, right? Connection between the soul and the Lord. So different yogas exist because different people have different natures, different levels of understanding, different capacities for one's faith and love. So each yoga connects to a different realization of the same supreme Lord. So how different yogas connect to each form of Lord? Like Paramatma feature, generally Karma Yoga connects to Paramatma. What is it? Doing one's duty without selfish attachment and offering the results to God. Offering the results to God. So here Paramatma guides the person from within and he gives the intelligence, do this, do that, avoid this, avoid that. So why Paramatma? Because Karma Yoga works in the world and Paramatma lives in that. We are not talking about devotion here, okay? We are talking about doing things in this world. We're just doing things in the world. So Paramatma oversees the action and he gives the results. So, connection is internal guidance, not a personal relationship yet. And of course, we know Gnana Yoga is connected to Brahman realization because he is seeking truth through knowledge. Who am I? What is the reality? What is in real? So, this leads to realization of Brahman, Lord's impersonal spiritual energy, and the experience of peace and oneness. Why Brahman? Because mind here focuses on reality versus illusion all the time. What is spiritual and what is not spiritual all the time, and not on the personality of the Lord or form of the Lord. That's why the connection is awareness, not intimacy. And again, Ashtanga Yoga, which we are describing now, which we are discussing now, which is also called Dhyana Yoga, that is connected to Paramatma. Why? What is it? Because it is meditation, it's a breath control, concentration, and silence. The connection is the yogi meditates on the four armed form of Paramatma in the heart, and he experiences the Lord as an inner witness. Why Paramatma? Because he's a localized object. Stillness is required here. Like neutrality is there. So Paramatma fits perfectly. Connection is direct perception, but still it is formal. Now, coming to Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga attracts Lord Krishna, Bhagavan, or Krishna Bhagavan. What is it? It is a loving service, hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the Lord, or doing things directly for the Lord. Okay, so here the connection is direct relationship with the Lord, Krishna Bhagavan, and Lord responds with love. And the love needs a person, right? It needs the qualities of the person, emotions of the person is involved, and reciprocal relationship is involved here. So only Bhagavan fulfills that completely. Here the connection is full, the connection is personal, and the connection is eternal. So that's what we understand, like, Karma Yoga is walking carefully on the path and carefully, like, doing what is right and avoiding what is wrong, and then finally understanding the perception of the Lord, and then dedicating the results to the Lord, slowly coming to the path of devotion. Gnana Yoga is understanding the system, understanding the map and the terrain, like what is happening where. Dhyana Yoga is focusing deeply on the peak. Like if you just taking one example as a climbing a mountain, like Karma Yoga, how you like if the task is climbing a mountain, Karma Yoga is walking carefully on the path on the mountain. Gnana Yoga is understanding the map of the mountain and the terrain of the mountain. Dhyana Yoga is focusing deeply on the peak, and Bhakti Yoga is finally reaching the top and meeting the person who lives there. All are valid, but experience becomes fuller as you go higher. So that's why uh, scriptures don't reject other yogas. The other yogas purify and prepare the person, but bhakti completes. That's why Gita says, of all yogis, the one who worships me with a love is the best. So Lord responds according to how we approach him. Okay. So all yogas lead to Lord, but bhakti reveals Lord completely. Why I have to say this? Because this is Prabhupada's, like, when we read 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada keeps, like, this concept in the middle and then explains everything else around. Otherwise, there is a possibility, like, we might think, oh, so the Ashtanga Yoga is better than Bhakti Yoga. No, Bhakti Yoga is highest. So, and it is accessible to everyone. Bhakti doesn't depend on qualification. It is accessible, doesn't need a higher birth, education, wealth, nothing. It is accessible to anyone. Anyone can begin bhakti immediately. But other yogas, definitely you need to have certain qualifications and you need to prepare yourself to that state. So this is the difference. Okay, Mataji, I'll stop the class here. Any questions, comments? Sorry, I have taken few minutes more because I wanted to conclude like how Prabhupada wants bhakti is highest, Lord Krishna is highest. Okay.
Hare
Okay,
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji. Dandavat
Yes,
Pranam.
Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Question. So, when we say that Bhakti Yoga is the perfection of all yogas, so it means that the Bhakti Yogi finally he will also will excel in karma and then jnana and then
Yes.
what is that other the dhyana. All these things will be also perfection, right? Like perfected.
Yes, it's inclusive of all the things, Mataji. Correct. Bhakti
Yeah.
Yoga is
It means like
inclusive.
it's a shortcut. You don't have to go through all these yogas and do all those things and finally come to bhakti, but you just practice bhakti and then so all other things will also be fulfilled at the
Is
same.
inclusive. Correct. A
Yeah.
Bhakti Yogi is already a Karma Yogi. He is already a Gnana Yogi. He is already a Dhyana Yogi. He is everything because Bhakti uses everything. Like, Bhakti is simply, when we do Bhakti, everything is inclusive. So that's why Bhakti Yogi is accessible. Bhakti is accessible to everyone because love is soul's natural state. And all the other things, whatever we get by doing other things, Bhakti automatically gives. So it includes knowledge, it includes discipline, it naturally includes everything.
Okay. So, Mataji, so the super soul, like the Paramatma in the heart. So, so as you said that Krishna as Bhagavan, he reciprocates to our feelings, like whatever bhava you are saying, that he reciprocates, like he loves.
Yeah.
And but the super soul, what is his mode? He just grants whatever you ask for, like, or like whether you are willing for good or bad, everything he has, like he just grants. Or like when we say that he guides, so what we mean that he guides, like he guides for the betterment, or like he just
Mataji, as a super soul Paramatma, he is living inside every living entity and he is guiding them. Guiding in the sense, whatever you desire, that desire has to be granted permission by the Lord. Then only it will come to you. So, whatever, like, that's why you are not the only one who is acting. You are one of the person who is acting. So, what is your role in all the things? What you do is you are desiring something. And the Lord, as a super soul Paramatma, is granting permission. The moment He grants the permission, the Prakriti makes you do. So, basically, the mode of goodness, mode of passion, and ignorance are the Prakriti, right? In those three modes, you act and you it makes you work. So basically, what is your role here is you are desiring that you want to do certain thing, but you are not the sole decider of, you are not the only one who is controlling everything. There are two other controlling factors. The main controlling factors is Paramatma. He has to grant your wish. If he's giving permission, the Prakriti will make you do. So having said this, whatever a person wants to do, Lord grants it, and then Prakriti will make you do. That is the reason why many people who want to go in the right direction, Lord is granting permission. Why? Because He's eternal Father. He grants everybody's wishes. He gives the free will to everyone. So, whatever a person is acting and however he is acting, the guidance is coming from Lord. That guidance Paramatma grants. He is a silent witness and He is the permit granter, and He is the one who is giving permission for the external energy to make you act.
So, Mataji, then what wrong things we did? What about
That
them?
also He gives permission. He is a silent witness. That also. Yeah, of course, the inner voice will definitely will warn a person. This is wrong. But if the person overrides it and executes his free will and want to do it, the Lord grants it. His role as a Paramatma, He grants. He is simply a witness there.
I see. Thank you, Mataji.
That's why the person who is a terrorist, he gets like, एक से एक खतरनाक ideas. कौन दे रहा है वो सारे? भगवान अंदर से दे रहे हैं.
That's it, yeah.
Okay? क्योंकि उसको वो काम करना है तो भगवान उसको उसमें और देते जाते हैं. ठीक है, ऐसे करो तो और भी अच्छा होगा. और भी
And then
अच्छा.
even like if you do the bad thing, you also get through the consequences, and that also kind of
That
like
is different. He is not concerned about that. His department is only to grant.
Okay, so then what about the consequences where that is a total like karma and all?
That's a
That is
total different department.
Okay.
Okay.
I
This
see.
department here, Paramatma deals only with guiding you and then granting your wishes and making the external energy do the work. He's a silent witness.
See, Mataji. Understood.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat
Yes,
Pranam.
Pranam.
When the Ananya Bhakti happens,
Mhm.
can we say that